What's up everybody, Z12 here, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different right now. I'm actually going to be giving you guys my opinion of the top 5 best characters in Storm 4. Now this is a video I've been wanting to make for quite a while, but I wanted to be sure that these characters I chose were the best characters. So I played with them a little bit in player match just to solidify my answers, and I got them. And don't forget guys, this is all just purely my opinion for the top 5 strongest characters in Storm 4. But even if you disagree with my list, I think we can all agree as a community that these characters are pretty darn strong in this game. But with all that out of the way, let's get started.
Where did you?
Okay, so before we actually get started with our top 5, number 5 being the least strongest, number 1 being the strongest character in the game, let's actually go through honorable mentions for people who just barely made the cut. So there's gonna be a lot of characters that I'm gonna like pretty much cruise by them really quick. Kurama Link Naruto, Sharingan Sauske, Hokage Minato, Danzo, Madara 6 Paths, Obito Uchiha 10 Tails Jinchuriki, PTS Rock Lee, PTS Gaara, Tayuya, Hashirama, Reanimated. And the last character is Momoshiki. So these are all the characters that are really good in this game, but just did not make the cut for being the top 5. But now that we got all of the honorable mentions out of the way, let's go straight up into our number 5 on this list. Coming up at number 5, we have Madara Uchiha Reanimated. This character is mainly just really strong due to his unique trait in this game, which is his Susanoo arms. His Susanoo arms give him the biggest range in the entire game. And the reason why I chose this specific Madara is because his Susanoo arms, all of his attacks really, are just really fast. And this Madara has a really good priority hit that has some range, which means he can outspeed some people who are generally faster. So he's a very fast, strong, and long-range character. Overall, that just spells out really good. Not to mention, this character actually has 2 strike backs that he can choose from. His down combo, his neutral combo, and one is obviously stronger than the other. This character's tilt is really good, and his grab, because they both have really good ranges, and his tilt can basically be used as a counter in between people's combos to just interrupt them, almost like Sharingan Sasuke's tilt, but just a little bit better, honestly, or a little bit worse really. But it doesn't matter because this is still a really good jutsu. His grab has really good range, and he can combo up into it. And this Madara has access to the 3 really good projectiles, all fire style, which have their own specific uses. But I think the best one is gonna be fire style Majestic Flame Destroyer. Also, his awakening is pretty good as well because he has access to trees or wood to give him more range, a fire style that does a lot of damage, and everything about him just becomes better. He even has the universal pull for his tilt, so he can use into his combos. So overall, this character deserves to be at the top 5 spot. Coming up at the number 4 character on this list is actually one of the most popular characters in the entire franchise, which is Itachi Uchiha. So Itachi is mainly strong due to his speed and basically kind of everything else really, but he has some bad stuff. So mainly his speed and his priority on his combos is usually what makes him so strong. His priority hit is the 2nd fastest in the game, minus Neji Hyuga. Neji Hyuga actually has the fastest priority hit in the entire game, but he has 2nd fastest. All of his attacks are really short range, but they are the fastest combos in the entire game. Not to mention, in his combos, he actually has 2 insubbable combos, his down combo and his up combo. His down combo is also an infinite combo, which he can just chain indefinitely. His tilt pretty much gives him invulnerability and allows follow-up on one of your partners. And the fact that it has just invulnerability makes this tilt so good, while also damaging your opponent pretty well. His grab is probably the only bad thing about him, and also hit the range of his stuff. All of his stuff is pretty short range. His grab is probably the worst thing about him. Itachi has access to two very good jutsus, one being the fire style, one being the fastest fire style at that, and also Amaterasu, a homing jutsu that it is very hard to run away from. Last but not least, we got Itachi's Awakening, which is, in my opinion, the second best Susanoo in the entire game. This Susanoo has a lot of damage going for it, a projectile, and also a counter for his tilt that you can basically just spam. So overall, I think Itachi does deserve to be the 4th best character in the entire game of Storm 4. Coming up at the 3rd character on this list is Neji Hyuga. Neji Hyuga is so strong in this game. So the reason why Neji is so strong is because he has very fast hits. I think he has the fastest hit priority in the game, and also his hits are very rapid. So rapid to the point where you can kind of just mash with him, and you can just hit people out of their chakra dashes, you can hit people in the air. He has a very big hitbox on majority of his attacks of his basic combo, and that's really what makes him so strong. He has intense guard pressure and just intense, well, really everything when it comes to combo. I think this character is the best character when it comes to actual comboing. So for his combos are very good. He has an infinite combo for his down combo, and he has insanely good guard pressure, like scary good. You really can't get away from him, honestly. And his air combo is actually really good as well, because he has a force field that you cannot penetrate whenever he does the end of his air combo. And if you actually time it correctly, they can't punish you at any point in your air combo if you use it at the right time, and it's still activated even if you switch out to a different character. For his tilt and his grab is insanely good as well. His tilt is literally just a free projectile that goes into a strike back with no drawbacks whatsoever, and his grab can actually be comboed into, and you can combo after it into either a grounded combo or an air combo, which is insanely good. For his jutsu, he has two really good jutsus. The one is the rotation, which is basically just a force field. But for Neji, it doesn't really do anything too much for him. But it's really his jutsu for his team that makes it really good, because it's instantaneous and it's a multi-hitting force field essentially. So they really can't touch you for a duration, and it blocks all projectiles, I believe. I think more majority of projectiles in the game, which is insanely good. And his second jutsu is the air palm, which is essentially just goes through. It's just a projectile that just goes through stuff and just hits your opponent, which is insanely good for Neji if you want to play the range game, because now he has an opportunity to. And then his awakening is just Neji on crack. Everything you don't like about Neji is just ×4. It's basically like he just got the ace gate right now. Now he does everything Neji can do, except he has 2 more air palms, and he can decrease your chakra with each hit. So you basically just kind of can't run away from him or basically just do any jutsus. It's very hard to get away from Neji, and he is probably the most really oppressive character in this game, or one of the most oppressive characters in this game. And he definitely deserves a spot at a top 5 he deserves the spot for the 3rd best character in this game. Now let's move on to the 2nd best character. Coming up at the number 2 is actually going to be kind of a weird answer, but it is Pain and Nagato as one character. So the only reason I counted these two as one character is because they have so many similarities. You can pretty much say they're the same character, but just some slight differences. They have basically the same jutsu. They play kind of the same. They have the same abilities as Awakening, and like they're kind of the same a little bit. So I'm gonna just put them in the same category, Pain / Nagato. So the reason why Pain is so strong is because mainly he kind of just doesn't. He's not weak in any category. He has a good first hit that has good long range. His combos are pretty fast and strong too, and the fact that his foot is actually it's really fast, and he has almighty push in his combo, so that means he can actually hit you from behind if you time it incorrectly. His tilt is the universal pull. This tilt is most definitely top 5 best tilts in the entire game. It literally just pulls you from mid-range into close range, and then you can combo off of it. Now Nagato also has this tilt, and that's why I kind of put them in the same category, because this is one of the similarities why they're so strong. This tilt really makes them so oppressive. So the reason, like, you kind of just use it and there's no backlash. So this universal pull tilt is so strong that it actually has a small hitbox behind him. So if you actually use the tilt, you sub behind Pain, and the tilt still comes out and you're kind of too close to him, you will get pulled by this tilt behind him, in front of you, and in the air. So this, just beware, because this is a freaking good tilt. Pain's grab is actually insanely long too. The fact that you can kind of spam out and kind of just use it, and you can kind of just get stuff off. And Pain and Nagato have access to the Almighty Push. Almighty Push by itself isn't really that good, but using as support is insanely good, because it's kind of like Neji, where it gives you an invulnerable force field for just a little bit. So the reason why this was more devastating than Neji is because this one is a single hitting jutsu that just does instant damage. It's just an instant boot. So this is really good for strike backs, and guess what? Pain's a strike back. So this just overall just really good. It's just a get out of jail free card. And as for Nagato, the reason why he's so strong is because he has extended hitboxes on his combos. He has the same thing as Neji, where he can for some reason hit you out of your chakra dash, hit you out of stuff, and then he'll still have priority because his combos are just that good. Like I think this is probably the character with the best frame data in the game. And also he can throw out shurikens that aren't considered his combos, so that means you can't counter them. And this character also has insane pressure and insane loops that you can just loop off for free, and even get like a attack pill off and everything. But besides that, there's really nothing about Nagato that's super strong besides his combos that I haven't mentioned with Pain already. Just his tilt, his grab, and his jutsu are kind of just like Pain. And then last but not least, we got the awakening for both of them. They basically are just way stronger, and they get access to two jutsus. One is the fire arrowhead, which basically just locks onto the opponent and literally just fires arrows. You can follow up with it if they're hit by them. And the seal absorption jutsu, which is basically just a force field. Like it's literally just a force field. You can't even sub out of it. If you try to sub, it subs behind. It's still in the force field. There's so much hit stun in this force field. There's nothing you can do. It's entirely too strong. And the fact that Pain and Nagato have both of this in their awakening just makes their awakening super strong, as well as all of their powers of the 6 powers are increased. The Almighty Push has extended range, and also the Universal Pull has extended range as well. So overall, that's just not good. And that's kind of the gist of why these characters are so strong. They have very strong abilities, and it kind of carries them so hard, as well as their good frame data. And finally, we are here, the best character in the game. I'm pretty sure this was no surprise to a lot of people, which is the last Sauske. So the last Sauske is, in my opinion, the best character in the entire game for some obvious reasons that people know, and some reasons that people don't know. So let's go with the obvious. Let's just go down the list with this combo. So I think the last Sauske has the best first hit in the game. It's not the fastest, but it's fast and it has range. So there are some priority hits that are faster and have more range, but I think he has the best one in combination of both, which makes his priority hit just insanely strong, because it has a lot of range and it has a lot of speed. Not to mention that his combos are also very insanely fast too, and he has the universal pull, which makes within his combo, which makes the easiest infinite combo in the entire game. You just stop and then you just jump during the infinite combo. It's just so good that even a noob could do it. But another reason why this is a problem is because this universal pull has the same hitbox as Pain and Nagato's tilt, which means, and this has happened to me multiple times, where if you sub and Sauske does a universal pull in front of you and you're behind Sauske, you will get pulled in front. You will get pulled as if Pain and Nagato are using the tilt. It's the same hitbox. That means that if you use it at the correct time, you can actually get hurt by this combo. So like that's just kind of not okay in my opinion. Like, wow, because no other character has this in the game. He just has it. Another thing about Sauske is that he has the almighty push for his tilt and a really good grab that can combo up into basically any of this combo. So this almighty push tilt is pretty strong. Like it's really strong. It can block any projectile or majority of projectiles in the game, and it can just protect you. Like it can just literally just protect you for a good minute, and you can just not be hurt for like a little bit, and it just boops people away for a free. And I think here's the biggest reason why this Sauske is the best character. It's really because he generically has access to the best long-range jutsu in the entire game, which is the Inferno style fireball jutsu. The reason why this jutsu is insanely strong is because it's kind of gigantic if you haven't noticed. It does burning damage and it does a strike back, and you can shoot it instantaneously whenever it is in the air, which means this is the ultimate get out of jail free card. It even hits you if you're behind Sauske, if you're behind anything, it still hits you. Like, I feel like this should have got nerfed immediately when it came out, because this is kind of not okay. And we don't really need to talk about the Susanoo too much about this character, because this doesn't really carry him as much as the others. It's really just kind of a nerf, honestly. The biggest thing about this Sauske, why he's so strong, is majority of his combos and him just having the strongest stuff. But anyways, guys, that is my top 5 strongest characters in Storm 4. Now, as I said before, this is purely just my opinion. Make sure to type, if you do disagree, make sure to type down below of what do you think is the top 5 strongest characters in the game. Because I'm pretty sure out of the honorable mentions or in my top 5, I'm not too far off from this list. These characters are pretty strong, and it's kind of obvious that they're strong. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. My name is 12, and I'll see you guys next time.